Hi, Pat Battle here with Living Web Farms, doing another installment of our Resilience Daily series, which we're doing in cooperation with the Organic Grower School. And right now we're going to talk about elderberry flowers. Every bit of the elder plant is medicinal. We've talked about that before. The flowers are medicinal. The first tincture I ever made was an elderflower tincture. It was loaded with elderflowers and wonderfully strong and kept me healthy for several years. I made about a half gallon of it. But right now we're going to talk about some other uses, not so much about the medicinal. The elderberry is such a gift to us in so many ways. Once these flowers are open, they'll be feeding the beneficial insects. People actually make fritters out of these flowers. Classic, which I have yet to do, but we're going to get it right about it in the blog post. I'm going to research it. I've read it before, but I don't want to be sure that I'm right about it. Is to make a cordial. You simply cut these flowers and put them in water overnight. But I'm not sure how you then, whether you sweeten them or whatever that way. Easy to look up though if you don't want to wait for the blog. Anyway, this plant, which is, as you can see, quite gloriously in bloom, was planted about 3 years ago simply by driving a stake, a cutting of elderberry stalk about that big into the ground. We put them all along the berms here in our Mills River Grandview water management plan that John Henry Nelson set up, which there's a blog about that I wrote about. And we had about 25% take. So it's not my favorite way to propagate them, but it does work and it doesn't take a lot of work. And you can see now that the ones that did well are doing very well. So basically, you can take these flowers and you can take maybe 20% and not really notice the difference probably. And some people, by the way, who are making medicine take the flowers because they can't ever get their berries from the birds. So if you have heavy bird pressure, you might decide that the medicine you're going to make is going to be from the flowers. Or if you do your research, you can also use leaves and stems and bark. But there's a fair amount of controversy about that. You want to read up on it. Stephen Harrod Booner gives the best description of why it's safe and how it's safe to use the leaves and stems. Most people think they're poisonous. The flowers nobody argues that the flowers are perfectly healthy and indeed food. So people make fritters out of them, like I say, they make cordials and they make medicine. And you would harvest them only taking the flower. And indeed, what you might consider is, if you cut the flower here, you have these little flowers coming on, and more energy will go into those, and you'll get bigger berries from those, so you won't even lose as much. And that is elderflowers, and that is a simple thing that's right out there right now that you can harvest, you can use for food, you can make medicine with, or you can let them bloom and get the bounty of berries later. All right, that's it for this one.